You expect me to buy that? The officer's voice was soaked in sarcasm, laced with that same tired smirk Jamal had seen too many times before. The red and blue lights spun like sirens of shame across his face. Jamal's hands were raised, his backpack on the sidewalk, basketball rolling toward a gutter. I'm telling you, Jamal said, his voice even but tight, my dad's in the special forces. He'll be here soon. The officer laughed, a loud, mocking bark that drew attention from the neighbors peeking out behind curtains. Special forces? Kid, your dad probably works at a gas station. Just admit you stole the bike. That was it. Not just the accusation. Not the laughter. But the way the word kid hit his ears. Like it meant nobody. Jamal was only 13. Honor roll student. Team captain. Never even got detention. But none of that mattered here. Not in front of flashing lights. Not in front of a cop who had already made up his mind. He glanced down at the neon yellow grips on his handlebars, his birthday gift from his dad before his last deployment. I didn't steal it, Jamal said again. The officer stepped closer. Hand on his belt. Ready. You fit the description. That's enough. Jamal's jaw clenched. My dad's name is Marcus Shaw. He's Army. Shut it, the officer snapped. Let me guess. Next you'll tell me he's a Navy SEAL too. Jamal didn't answer. He didn't need to. Because behind the patrol car, tires screeched. A matte black SUV swung into the street like thunder. The driver's door flung open, and boots hit pavement. The cop instinctively turned, one hand on his taser. The other officer, older, more experienced, froze mid-step. From the darkness stepped a man dressed not in uniform, but in presence. Broad shoulders. Steel-calm eyes. Silent authority. Sir, this is a police matter, the officer said quickly. The man ignored him. He looked straight at Jamal. You all right, son? Jamal nodded. Barely. That was all Marcus Shaw needed to hear. He pulled something from his jacket, an ID badge encased in leather, worn from use, glinting under the street lamp. I'm Sergeant First Class Marcus Shaw. 19 years. 2 Bronze Stars. Afghanistan, Iraq, and now you're going to explain to me why my son is being treated like a criminal. The younger cop swallowed. He matched a description, Marcus interrupted, stepping closer. You mean he was black, had a bike, and existed on your street? No one answered. You grabbed him. Laughed in his face. You want to run my ID too? Or should I call your captain? The other officer stepped forward, trying to de-escalate. Sir, we're just trying to do our jobs. No. You're trying to exercise power. The kind that doesn't protect. The kind that profiles. A beat passed. Then another. Jamal stood silently beside his father, watching the officers squirm. The cop who mocked him finally took a shaky breath. I apologize. I didn't realize. You didn't want to realize, Marcus said. But now you will. Jamal's wrists were red, but free now. The cuffs had come off the second his father arrived. The cops backed off, mumbling something about reports and misunderstandings. But the damage was done. Not just to Jamal's skin, but to his trust. On the ride home, Jamal stared out the window. Quiet. Then he finally asked, why do they always look at me like that? Marcus didn't answer right away. Then, softly, because they don't see you. They see a threat. Until someone like me shows up to prove them wrong. That's not fair, Jamal whispered. No. But you. You're still worth being proud of. You keep standing tall. Keep telling the truth. As the SUV rolled past the streetlights, a quiet strength settled in Jamal's chest. Because now he understood his dad's strength wasn't just in combat gear or medals. It was in the way he showed up. in the moment Jamal needed him most. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who still believes in justice. Drop a black heart in the comments if you believe respect should never be earned with proof.